Welcome back to my cozy corner of the internet. I'm Mayastar, and this will be the first in a new series of Mayastar Unscripted videos that for the time being are going to be replacing the regular Saturday uploads for the energy healing articles. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to continue with, but for the time being, this is something that will work better with my schedule, freeing up a bit more time for me to work on my music, which is something I really want to prioritize at the moment. So yeah, I've decided to use this format because it's so similar to the original videos on this channel before the podcast, actually, when it was just a YouTube channel, and I would make sort of update videos. They were just rambling. They really didn't go anywhere. They didn't have much direction. I would just ramble on about whatever I'd been doing that day, whatever I was thinking about, and I called them the Whispering Witch videos, and I actually had like 400 subscribers at that point. So some people did enjoy those videos, and some of those people are still watching my channel now. So if you were one of those original viewers, this might be a bit nostalgic for you, and it is for me. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm not whispering, so that's the difference. But other than that, I think the pacing might be more along those lines, sort of more meandering, no script. I'm not traveling from point A to point B, or trying to efficiently communicate a lot of information. I'm just going to plod along, ramble on, and it will be a kind of different style to the other videos. So let me know if it's something you want to see more of, if you enjoy it, or if you just find it kind of irritating, and don't know, let me know, good or bad. Right, that will help. And also I thought this would be a good style of video to do for Q&As, because I do get a lot of questions, and sometimes there are questions where I feel like, oh, I could write an article about that, but I never get around to it. So for those questions that I've earmarked as potentially suitable for writing new articles, I'll be addressing them in these kinds of videos. And I haven't got a script, but I have got a few notes, like with questions that I may cover today. I may do or I may not. I'm just literally going to play it by ear with these videos, and I'll be giving updates on whatever's going on with Mayastar, new courses, new meditations. Although if you're subscribed, you probably noticed there are a lot of meditations coming out, because I'm doing them every week. And not only that, I'm distributing the music, like the ambient music, through Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, everywhere actually. So you can also listen to Mayastar music wherever you usually listen to music, which you might enjoy. If you've got paid subscription, so you don't get any ads, these tracks are great for looping overnight while you're asleep. Just my recommendation. I'm especially enjoying the ethereal crystals one at the moment. I've really enjoyed making it, and I really enjoy listening to it. And yeah, that's me, person who actually listens to their own music. So my music this year, because I was releasing meditations every week, and because the meditations were doing well on the on podcast on Spotify, and they were the videos on YouTube that got the most views because people would come back and watch those again. Whereas you don't really get that so much with the articles and things, that people don't watch those multiple times. So I thought, okay, well, this year I will definitely make one meditation every week. And because I had made that commitment, I decided that it would make sense to distribute them in all the places that it was possible for me to distribute them. So I sorted all of that out. But I've ended up enjoying creating the music so much that I'm rushing through the rest of my work in order to get to the good bits of the week. And yeah, I don't like rushing. That's not my speed. That is not the way I do things. I'm a committed bohemian, and I like to wing it. I like to go with the flow a bit more than that. So I just felt the schedule was getting too hectic. And that was one of the main reasons I thought, right, I could do unscripted videos once a week, just even if it's just on the weeks where I'm getting too busy and I need to catch up with myself. That's fine. I'll do that just to make sure, because I want to, like, more than I want. Like last year, I was committed to creating energy healing articles every single week. This year, I'm committing myself to the meditations every week, so they will take priority for me over the other forms of content. Although, of course, I keep doing the others. I will keep making articles, and I will keep releasing the weekly Muses videos. So, I call them Muses videos. They actually go out as energy updates, but because the actual the script with the daily cards and dominant energies and that sort of thing, all of that goes on to the Maya Muses blog. So I've in my head, I'm always referring to them as the Muses videos. So the Muses videos go up on Mondays. Every Monday you get the week ahead, spiritual guidance and mystical musings for the collective, with daily affirmations, law of attraction affirmations, so very positive and hopefully inspirational. So those ones are going up on Mondays. These videos, like the unscripted or energy healing articles, will be going up every Saturday. The meditations go up every Wednesday. And on YouTube at the moment, what I've been doing, and which I will continue for the foreseeable, is every single day I'm looping one of the ambient tracks and streaming it live, so that at the end of the night, YouTube creates a 12-hour video, and then that goes onto the lives tab on the YouTube homepage, sort of thing. On the lives tab, you get all of those looped live streams, because I thought they would be quite good for people who wanted to listen to them overnight. The only thing I would say is that the quality isn't as good as if you're listening to the music releases. The music releases do come out better quality. Probably nobody else would notice it, but I'm becoming a little bit precious about these things. So yeah, most people wouldn't notice it at all. But yeah, you can also find the video releases on YouTube Music, so you can listen to them on there, and they often come out on there a couple of weeks ahead, because I have to put them through the distributor. Well, I put them through when I've created them. I'm usually a couple of weeks ahead of myself on that. So the videos that will be coming up on YouTube mirror those, but a couple of weeks later. So if you want to stay up with the latest releases, keep an eye on the releases tab on the YouTube channel. On YouTube Music, follow Mayastar as an artist. That's me. On Mayastar as an artist. So yeah, follow it on there. Follow it on also on iTunes, my artist's account, on Amazon and Spotify. And then I think you get notifications and that, or it will come up in your feed when you log in, say, oh, new release. And you'll be seeing that a lot, lots of new releases. Yeah, the other thing I'm doing is when I make the meditation track, and then I do versions without the light codes. I do versions with ocean sounds and that sort of thing, slight variations. So you'll have a couple to choose from, whatever you like best for each one. Try them all out and see which one you like best. Some people don't like the ocean sounds, whereas some people find ocean sounds very good for masking background noise. So yeah, that's something you can try as well. If there's a lot of noise in the background, try the ocean sounds one, and that might work out better. I've got a lot of new instruments, so I'm experimenting and I'm very inspired at the moment. So you expect to be seeing good things and stay tuned. But I'm using, well, this is how it started. I don't know if this is how it continues. Like I say, I've got to go with the flow, haven't I? So, but for now, what I'm doing is whatever course I feel drawn to for the special offer for that week. So that's based on the energies that are at play, the energies that I feel would be most beneficial for people to be working with at the time, as well as releasing the course as a special offer for that week. I base the meditation on that same energy so that it will amplify the attunement and amplify your experience while working with those energies. Of course, anyone can listen to the music. You don't have to be attuned to it to enjoy it, but it's very powerful if you are attuned to it. And yeah, so and it adds another dimension. So when you're working with these energies, you don't have to do it always in the traditional way. You don't have to set aside time and space to connect with these energies. If you're regularly listening to the meditations and ambient music that I've created to accompany it, then you can listen to that without using any of the symbols, the mantras, or whatever is involved with that particular modality. You can listen to the music in order to reconnect with it, because the music makes a connection subconsciously, helping you to tap into it, helping you to recognize and align with that vibration, with that particular frequency. So at the moment, the one I'm working on will be for the Crystal Rose Attunement, which I still remember the time I channeled that course. I can even tell you which perfume I was wearing that day. It was Vera Wang's Princess I was wearing that day, and there's a bottle of it just over there because I still love it. It smells a bit, it reminds me of talc or something. It's a really nice perfume to wear when you've just got out of the bath. And funnily enough, the Crystal Rose Energy is one that I work with a lot in bath rituals. I mean, who doesn't? Rose quartz. It's when you've got that feeling that you need good long soak, you need rose quartz as well. Yeah, that's going to be a very comforting energy to work with. Very good for self-care, very good for animals. Animals really enjoy the Crystal Rose energy because it's very centered around the heart chakra. It's very much about a sense of communion. So you can share it with animals, you can share it with plants. That's also a very powerful thing. My garden is surrounded by trees, so whenever I'm working with energy in the garden, I feel that I'm getting feedback from those trees. I really feel that they have a connection with those healing energies as well. And that's another thing that you can experiment. You can take your spiritual practice out into nature, and with systems like the Crystal Rose, where it's a very easy system to work with, and you don't need a lot of preparation, you don't need any tools, you don't need a physical crystal present or anything like that. You can just tap into it while you're walking around, and no one will know. And and it does, you can use it simply by visualizing the symbol that's connected with the course, And if you find visualization difficult, you can then use the meditations that I'm creating in order to connect with it. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can work with these energies, and I'm really inspired by this one. Well, you know, I'm a bit biased because I work with the energies I teach. I use my own music. I use my own meditations. I don't just put this stuff out there. It's what I'm doing too. All right, let me check my notes, because I did make a few notes for anything that I wanted to cover. Oh yeah, how could I forget? How could I forget this? Today marks 19 years since I started Mayastar Academy. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? That's a very long time. It seems like a very long time, but it doesn't feel like a very long time. It starts one way and then it expands and evolves, and over time it doesn't feel like you're doing the exact same thing that you were doing in the beginning. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't feel like I'm doing the same thing I was doing in the beginning. I'm doing so much more. And 19 years is a long time. And like, the other thing that puts that into context is I'm turning 50 this year. That means I started Mayastar when I was 31. And when I put it like that and look at how much I have changed in that time, 19 years really is a long time. Like, the stuff that happened in that period, you could write a book. I'm not going to, or not, but no, I'm not. Don't worry. I won't bore you all with an autobiography. So that's my personal update. Personal but related to Mayastar. So yeah, 19 years. It's a long time. And I wonder what will happen over the next 19 years, because I plan to keep doing what I'm doing. So we'll see. Watch. Keep watching. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's been amazing. It'll probably continue to be amazing. So yeah, that'd be great. And final thing I want to address today was a question that was related to the current special offer course. So I've chosen this one specifically because it's related to the course that I've chosen for the special offer and for this week's meditation track. And the person is asking, they have just been attuned to Reiki level 2, so they're starting to experiment with healing others, giving treatments to friends and family, and also to animals. And they asked, would this, meaning the crystal rose attunement, be a good energy to combine with Reiki? And my answer is absolutely. It is a very calming, soothing, cuddly energy, and it makes a really good energy to either start or end a session with. I always used it at the end of a Reiki session. Well, for a while, when I was using Reiki every day, I used the crystal rose at the end, and I used the violet flame at the beginning. So the violet flame can be used for clearing the space, banishing negative energy, creating a good healing environment for you to work in, and then complete your Reiki session using the hand positions or however you're using Reiki during that session. And then at the end of the Reiki session, you can connect with the crystal rose as a sort of grounding, soothing energy. That's another important thing, because you think of a heart-centric energy as being quite high vibrational, and obviously it is. It's healing energy. It is high vibrational, but crystal energy tends to have a soothing and grounding effect as well, and that's something that really comes through in the crystal rose. And it was channeled through Avalonian light beings, and they are very much connected with the elements of earth and water. So you do get that sort of calmness. It's just a very relaxing energy. It's almost like, it reminds me of that feeling you have actually when you're sunbathing. And sometimes you just get so relaxed, it's quite hard to stand up. You haven't been asleep, but you've become so relaxed, it's not easy to move. That's the energy I sort of feel with it, working with the crystal rose. It's so relaxing, soothing and grounding that you don't really want to move. It would probably be a great energy to work with before sleep or before an afternoon nap. I think it's a great energy to work with because it's really good for self-care rituals, and there are a lot of systems that I work with. I do. I teach over 100 modalities, and so I work with those quite regularly because I'm teaching them to other people. But for myself, in my day-to-day practice, my own, like if I'm doing yoga, I'll be working with some sort of energy. And the crystal rose is one of the energies that I regularly work with, and the violet flame as well. But also some of the newer Emissaries of the Light series, some of those energies, Kuan Yin's Compassionate Heart Healing, Lotus Fountain Healing, Archangel Raphael's Healing Matrix, Archangel Gabriel's Empath Encoding. That's a powerful energy to work with, especially if you're feeling energetically vulnerable. That one is excellent if you really need to create a nice energetic boundary. It's a great way to balance things out. If you learn multiple energy healing modalities, you can bring them into your daily practice, and that you don't have to set aside time always to incorporate them. You don't have to say, all right, okay, well, for 20 minutes I'm going to sit on the floor and connect with this energy. You can do that, but you could also think, right, when I'm walking the dog tonight, I'm going to connect with this energy, that energy. Or when I'm doing my yoga practice, when I'm doing my yoga practice tomorrow, I think I'm going to connect with this energy. I really feel like that would be beneficial for me. So there are ways of incorporating energy healing work into your day without adding it as an extra thing to do. You can use it alongside other things you're already doing. And I think that's what makes it so accessible. I think that's what makes energy healing a really important practice for some people, the fact that they can bring it into their normal daily lives. And it doesn't have to stay something that you do on a Sunday. It doesn't have to stay as something you do only during self-care rituals or only when you're in a meditative state. You can use energy healing all of the time, whatever you're doing, and there are different energy frequencies that will be appropriate for different activities that you'll feel drawn to. Like some are more energizing than others. Kundalini Reiki, for example, I could never work with that late at night. I can now, but I couldn't for years. And I only would use it in the mornings because it was so energizing. Different energies work with different activities, and you can bring energy healing practices into your life by incorporating them with other things you're already doing. Like your morning shower, for example. You can easily think, okay, yeah, that'd be a great time to work with the light sanctuary activation so I can get my energy properly protected before I go to work and have to deal with all those people. That kind of thing, So, yeah, I am wittering on rather a lot, and that was pretty much all I had to cover. Let me just have a quick look at my notes to make sure I haven't missed anything important. No special announcements or anything. No, nothing like that. So, You'll have to let me know what you think. This is the first of the unscripted videos, and if you enjoy it, I'll keep making these for a while just to free up a bit more time so I don't have to be scripting and editing, and because these sorts of videos, that minimal editing, it doesn't take as long as the others. So we'll see how it goes, but let me know what you think. Give me your feedback and I'll be taking it on board, and we'll see how it goes. We'll go with the flow, we'll see what happens, and I look forward to seeing you again in a week. But in the meantime, I wish you peace, prosperity, and progress in all you do. With blessings.